Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me at this time. My name is Shavi Zane, and I'm coming on to bring a message for the chosen. If you find this resonates with you in any way, please be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Let us know how it resonates with your circumstance. You can order any of my services by checking the description box below for my email. You'll be able to order cards from me, Ancestral Money, my book. I will be having more supplies available for the miniature altars very soon. Um, and any other services, just check with me to see if I have it, because I'm actually restocking up on supplies. Now that I relocated, I can have everything sent to my new address. So just check in with me to see what I do have available, you all. So let's jump right in. If you want to order this deck from me, this is the Declare and Decree deck. Whatever comes out, you want to write it on paper and burn it. Give thanks to the Most High and your spiritual team for helping you to clear the energy. So this is going to show you what spiritual blockages you may have. So this says, all curses of Deuteronomy over myself and my lineage are now destroyed in spirit and in flesh. This is the darker print. I now have lighter print so that you can see it more legibly. But right now, we'll just go with this. All curses of Deuteronomy over myself and my lineage are now destroyed in spirit and in flesh. All curses of Deuteronomy over myself and my lineage are now destroyed in spirit and in flesh. So for those of you that are not aware of the curses of Deuteronomy, I did a whole message about that. Almost 4 years now. Okay, maybe 3. And so that message was talking about all of the curses, that Deuteronomy, that would come from the powers that were, of course. That is not the energy of the Most High to do spell work, okay, over you and your lineage. A curse is definitely an incantation. It's a spell. So check out the curses of Deuteronomy. The ritual that we did at that time, we wrote down all of the curses of Deuteronomy and we burnt them and set our intention that they are now cleared from our lineage. So you can write this down. All curses of Deuteronomy of myself and my lineage, or if you feel guided to do that particular ritual, you could write each curse down and burn it. Okay, for me personally, not only did I write it down and burn it, but I also tore it from the biblical text and burned it as well. So let's tap in, y'all. What is your message at this time? What do you need to know at this time? So we have the King of Swords coming out first. Okay, this is my IC Tarot deck. You can always order this deck from me as well if you enjoy the images. So the King of Swords, I'm going to lay a few cards out to see where this is going. The Four of Pentacles. Okay, Four of Pentacles energy. King of Pentacles. The Eight of Wands and the Six of Wands came out in the reverse. Okay, so let's see, where are we going here? So, King of Swords is definitely showing this energy of being very straightforward and direct, analyzing something very closely when it comes to finances as well, making sure, I feel like it's also saying to, in a sense, it's saying don't be too tight. You're being called to invest in something, to take action, to invest in those things that you need. But at the same time, it's also saying to protect what is yours. Not necessarily from yourself, but maybe from others. But let me just see. I'm going to get a few cards to clarify and see where this is going here. Dang, that came out fast. So the Six of Cups is here. Okay. Energy from the past. Four of Pentacles, Six of Cups. The Nine of Cups is in a reverse. Okay. Someone from the past may not be so happy because you're holding back now. And they see you using your wealth to actually invest in this King of Pentacles energy, which is actually a life of comfort, luxury, stability, security. Queen of Swords and then the Queen of Cups. So King of Swords and Queen of Swords is here. The Queen of Cups is here. Some of you could actually consult with someone who's going to give you financial advice on how to invest. Okay, especially if there's something that you're looking to do, something that you're wanting to embark on. You may get some professional advice from someone who's very well versed. But I'm picking up two completely different energies here. This is interesting. I'm kind of picking up that there's two different couples here. This could be two people who are having a lot of conversations about you, chosen. They're saying things like, don't, it's almost like somebody is telling the other person, don't give, don't contribute, don't help them, right? And it's not that you need any help, because you're coming through as the King of Pentacles energy, so it feels like you're very stable. But there's a lot of talking behind the scenes here amongst two people, at least. They may be a couple, they may not be a couple, but they're very similar in their energy. It's almost like they're trying to find out what you have, how you got it. Let me see what's going on here. What is this Eight of Wands? What's being said behind the scenes? The Hermit. So they're talking because you're very much so in isolation, in a sense. It seems like right now you don't really want to be bothered. I feel like a lot of your energy is going towards you just turning inward, focusing in on those things that you enjoy creating. Some people may feel a little slighted because you've withdrawn your energy and you're pouring it back into yourself. Some people feel even more slighted because you've withdrawn your finances and you're pouring it into your vision. So let me see. What is this? I want to look at this King of Pentacles energy. The Death card. The Eight of Swords. Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, I pulled this card. This is the Nine of Swords, but I was about to say the Eight of Swords, but it's right behind the Nine of Swords, both coming out in the reverse. Somebody is freeing themselves from a very toxic situation or something where it felt very cold here. This King of Pentacles could be looking in your direction. There might be people talking about you and this person. Potentially saying that you've withdrawn your energy. You don't want to be bothered. You're acting funny. You're acting different. You've changed XYZ. But I feel like this is actually causing you to attract attention from someone who sees your value. Someone is definitely looking in your direction. You're focused on self-love. I don't feel like you're necessarily thinking about this person directly. I mean, maybe you've had some thoughts about them from the past or whatnot, but somebody is looking in your direction. Let's see. The Six of Cups is fond memories. Some of you, this is family members who are very jealous. They feel slighted that you are in hermit mode and you're very comfortable there. They feel slighted that you are investing in yourself. You're not really thinking about them. So a lot of them are behind the scenes talking to see how did you get this wealth? How did you get into a position where you've created this life of comfort? What actually triggered this transformation? Okay. And why do you seem to be so comfortable without having them in your energy? A lot of people, they have a lot of questions. Yeah, like you are the talk of a lot of rooms here. Many of them, let me see, why won't they just ask you directly then? Because it's almost like they're talking to each other, researching, trying to gather information, like straight up investigators about your personal business. Why won't they ask you directly? The Four of Cups. I feel like when you was down and out and things were not going well for you, these people, they didn't show no love. They didn't show any mercy. It's almost like they just didn't care. They didn't care. And now that you're in the Queen of Cups and you're loving on yourself and you don't need any validation from anyone else, now everybody cares. Isn't that amazing how that works out? Now everybody wants to know, how did you get to where you are right now? Why are you so silent? What's going on with you in your personal life? Like everybody has questions about you, chosen. Why won't they ask you directly? The Fool is in the reverse because they feel foolish. They feel foolish, okay? Many of these beings jumped in head first and made assumptions about you. Didn't take the time out to learn your heart, to understand your true nature. Many of you have very good hearts. But now you're moving forward. Three of Wands. And many of you, you're not looking back. They won't ask you directly because they know that you're moving forward full speed ahead. You're very confident with where your future is taking you. And there's nothing behind you that you're interested in revisiting. Not even them. Let me clarify this Four of Cups. The Knight of Swords in the reverse. You had to suppress a lot of things. It's like you was by yourself in a, waist deep in tears, mourning, grieving, having to keep all of this to yourself because you didn't have anybody to turn to. You had no one to communicate with. The Hierophant is here. Four of Cups in the reverse. Okay. Yeah, many of you, you are now the teacher. You don't need instruction from any of these people. You are the leader. You are the guide. People come to you now. And so I feel that this is just, it's such a different, like a shift that's happened within you that people, they don't recognize you anymore. Okay. You might have gone from being someone who was more timid, I mean, I feel like you're still, you have your moments of being introvert, extrovert. Like, I feel like you can shapeshift into both, right? When it's beneficial or when it's, when you're most comfortable. It depends on how you feel. But I feel that they got accustomed to a certain image of you, right? Because you still had not learned yourself. You still hadn't healed. And so a lot of people assumed that that's who you were. And now they're finding out that that's not who you truly are. I feel like many of you, you're just focused. You're focused on your finances. Again, you're focused on building. You're sitting down and consulting with people on how to build wealth. And if you haven't done that yet, I feel like many of you will. You're going to start investigating new ways to invest your money. And you're just pouring into yourself. And this is drawing the attention of like-minded individuals, but it's actually really capturing the attention of those that you're not talking to, nor are you worried about. I mean, literally, you've set yourself free from this energy. Two of Cups. A lot of people want to come back in now. A lot of people see your value now. Isn't that interesting? Okay, what's that song? Back then they didn't want me, now hot they all on me, right? Back then they didn't care about you. They didn't want you. They shunned you. Okay? They treated you like you were a peon. Okay? Stepped right over you when you was going through your worst. Now, people want to be close to you. Knight of Pentacles. They didn't see where things was headed. See, back then, things were so slow for you that it almost seemed like it wasn't moving. When you was in these people's space, it looked as if you would never get to your ultimate destination. In their minds, you would stay stuck. In their minds, you was just wasting your time planting seeds that would never fully create a harvest. And I feel like, let me see, why did they think this? Why did they think that you would never get there? Oh, the Magician in the reverse. Let me clarify the Magician in the reverse. The Six of Cups. It's almost like they felt like you just would never grow up. There were certain tendencies or characteristics or qualities that you would never outgrow, right? They still saw you as that child. For some of you, again, this is family members who have known you, of course, since you was a child, But they just didn't think that you was capable. They literally, the Magician in the reverse, is like you don't have what you need in order to make it happen. Yeah. Five of Swords. I was picking up something else from that Magician in the reverse, though. A lot of these beings was actually fighting up against you using spell work. Okay? maybe not all of them, but there was a few of them who was literally sending negative energy your way, hoping that you would not be able to cultivate those seeds you had planted. Okay, they was hoping that your vision would never come into fruition and that you would forever be on this cycle of work without reward, putting in the effort but seeing no results. And they was pretty confident that you would stay there. But this Five of Swords is in a reverse, so they don't even have a dog in the fight. I feel like a lot of them, they thought that you would never get there, so that space was comfortable for them. They could ignore you when you was crying out for help. They could ignore you when you were the one suppressing everything that you had to say, keeping everything bottled up, feeling like, you know, you was robbing Peter to pay Paul, feeling stuck, afraid to use your voice and to project your voice, to say what you needed. Like, it was so much going on in the past here, and people was very comfortable with that. They thought that would be your forever energy. But this is you now. The Empress, the Emperor, you are sitting on your throne, looking better than ever. Like, you're so classy, you're so poised, you have so much abundance around you. Your creativity is at an all-time high. Like, many of you, if you're not there yet, you're going to be living a very comfortable life. Far better than many of these beings that shunned you when you had very little. Like, far better. Like, way, way, way better. Okay? Living a lifestyle that many of them will never be able to obtain in this lifetime. And if they did come even close, they will be scraping in order to maintain that particular facade. Because for you, this is not a front. This is literally what you've earned. The Empress, she has a pillow behind her back. She sits comfortably and she attracts wealth to her. Y'all have mastered manifesting. You have mastered energy. You have mastered yourself. You understand who you are. You understand how to heal yourself. You understand how to love on yourself. You understand how to love on those things that you do. Okay, you're in tune with your creativity. You start things and you carry them all the way into fruition. You finish what you start. You're not a self-sabotager anymore. And so because of this and many other reasons, right, you are sitting comfortably in your wealth, and it's going to continue to flow to you because this is who you are. You've earned this position. You've earned this throne. And no one can take accountability for it and say that they helped you to get there. They're the reason why you're there. Okay? No one else can beat their chest and say, oh, well, I was X, Y. No, because the fact of the matter is everybody knows that they left you right there, waist deep in tears, dealing with all of your pain by yourself, clutching to the very last bit of what you had, and they watched you from a distance level up. So now a lot of them are investigating because you haven't spoken to these people because you've been in hermit mode. You've been in hermit mode, so they don't know. They know that you're doing well, but they don't understand how you got there. And that's the reason why you got there. Because you wasn't telling these haters everything about your business along your journey. You just went silent, you went ghost, and you got focused on you internally healing yourself and becoming internally wealthy and stable and secure. And then you started putting forth the practical effort to ensure that your 3D experience matched your 5D and higher experience. Now word has gotten around. Everybody's talking. Everybody is talking about you, Chosen. 10 of Swords. Damn, they thought you was going to stay down forever. They thought you was going to lay down and stay down. They really did. They thought you was going to lay down and stay down. Because you had been betrayed so many times. Like, you had been through so much, and they knew you was going through hell and back. Like, they knew all of it. They was talking about that too. Thinking that that would be your ultimate, like, really, they thought that that was going to keep you in a very, very compromising position for a long time, if not your whole life. And they had a lot to say about these things, but nothing in terms of offering emotional support, nothing in terms of offering financial support or shelter or, you know, a shoulder to cry on, none of that. The moon is in a reverse. You see them very, very clearly. You're not in the dark about these beings anymore. 5 of Cups in a reverse, and you damn sure ain't grieving no more either. You've healed. You know, I don't know if they thought, well, maybe you was in victimhood mentality at a certain point in your life. You see what I'm saying? Not to the point where you actually projected your energy off onto others and hurt others. I feel like you might have turned that energy inward and kept re-injuring your own traumas because you didn't know how to heal them. You know, when you're in a sleep state, it ain't a whole lot that you really know how to do except for be a zombie, a walking zombie, mimicking whatever other people guide you to do. You see what I'm saying? So you might have gone to these people in the past and they thought they was telling you something. They thought that they was giving you some form of advice, knowing that they really wasn't, because they knew that behind the scenes they was talking about you. But you've healed. Five of Cups in reverse is you healing. Page of Pentacles, many of you started to explore, you started to learn new things. I feel like many of you begin to heal your inner child, and you begin to realize, like, yeah, you can do this. You didn't need them to guide you. Because a lot of these beings, you know, in a lot of cases, it's like, even if you would have anticipated that you would have gotten some form of an apology or some sort of acknowledgement that these beings were not there for you, they do not want to accept accountability. They're afraid of being judged. They're afraid of being called out. Okay? Judgment in reverse is clarified by, see the Five of Swords in reverse. They don't want to be judged for what they did. And consider the Five of Swords has come out in the reverse 2 times, which shows you that they no longer have any power over you. They can no longer wreak havoc in your life. Okay? Of course, in the upright, they was really trying to do everything to like I said, they wanted you to lay down and stay down. You had a couple of people that was constantly attacking you. But now the Five of Swords is in a reverse 2 times in this reading, which strongly indicates 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 of Swords in a reverse is you've healed. You got back up. You got back up from these swords that was placed in your back. Okay? You begin to heal and to see the power in loving on yourself and being optimistic about your future and looking ahead, turning away from these beings. Because where's the value? Where would be the value in continuing a false relationship with people that never really cared in the first place? So, yeah, there's the World. Y'all put that energy to rest. You felt very confident in closing out that chapter, and this is what elevated you. Now everybody is watching. You see all these eyes on you. Everybody is watching. Everybody is curious to know, how did you get there? Many people, you have a lot of people that don't know you that are inspired by you. These beings that do know you, they're curious. Now, let me see. How do they feel about your success? How do they feel? Because they all sat back and said negative things about you. They talked about you like a dog, said that you was going to stay down and that XYZ. Oh my gosh, were you the talk of many conversations and lunches and dinners and 3-hour phone calls. Like, what the heck? Oh, the Queen of Wands. You're looking damn good, okay? You're on fire. They can't touch you with a 1,000-foot pole. They can't come near your energy. Like, you're on a totally different level. So I have the Emperor. Ooh, the Emperor. And then you have the Three of Wands in the reverse. You know what? This is interesting because we have the Empress here and we have the Emperor here. But what I just heard is that a lot of these beings, they're like, this is what they're saying. Oh, okay, well, yeah. So, yeah, oh, okay, I heard so-and-so is doing well. They got XYZ, you know, they've evolved. They got X, you know, right? They acknowledge that you have leveled up tremendously. They're still curious to know how you got there. But at the same time, they're also saying, oh, but that person, they'll probably never have, you know, somebody, you know, probably whether it's a business partnership, whether it's a romantic partnership, they're still saying negative things when it comes to other areas of your life. So they can't say nothing about one level, right? They can't say nothing about your spirituality. They can't say nothing about how you look, how you feel about yourself. They can't say nothing about how you loving on yourself, nothing about your security, your wealth. But they're trying to find other areas where they're like, oh, but they probably won't be able to do XYZ, right? Let's clarify the Three of Wands in a reverse. Clarified by the Five of Wands. See, because they're going to try to fight tooth and nail in hopes that they can block this union. Isn't that something? So they couldn't do, they realized that it's a lost battle, right? It's a lost battle in other ways that they tried to defeat you and take you down and keep you stuck. Lost battle. Now, they're trying to come together to see if they can block you from moving towards your divine union or a business partnership, something that's going to level you up and it's going to be very, very balancing. Two people that come together who build empires. The Empress and the Emperor build empires, okay? So they're working on it, right? But they're not going to get there because they're still in the planning phase. And I don't think that they even know how to go about, let me see. What is their tactic here? Five of Wands, competitive energy, jealousy. For some of them, they're trying to attack your sacral chakra. They don't want you to feel confident in yourself or beautiful or handsome. Look at that. I'm getting all of these wands. But too many cards fell out, y'all. Let me see. How are they trying to block this? Four of Wands in a reverse. I told you it's all wands coming out. They're trying to attack your sacral chakra. So make sure that you continue to do work on your sacral chakra. You may light you an orange candle. Right on that candle, I call back my energy from the north, south, east, and west from all beings in spirit. You might, write on an orange candle. My creativity is at an all-time high. I am the co-creator of my life. I am passionate about my future. I take passionate action towards those things that I desire to do or create. But they're trying to fight up against you. Some of them want to see what they can do to damage you so that you don't have this happy household, okay? Because consider, like I was saying, they're trying to disrupt your union. The Four of Wands can also be the 1111 card, which also represents, like in some cases, they call it the twin flame connection card. But they know that this is the next level for you, okay? The Star card, you're going to get your wish fulfillment whether they like it or not. You've healed enough to align yourself with this energy, and they know it. The Strength card is in the reverse, but see, they're trying to weaken you in some way. Let me see, what are they doing here? I'm going to see what type of, because I don't feel like you're dealing with these beings head on, like face to face. I don't feel like you are, in order for them to wreak havoc in your 3D reality. I feel like many of them are using spell work, energetic manipulation, in hopes that you won't feel empowered enough to embrace a divine union here. Let me see. What is the Five of Wands? Diet spells. See, I told you they're trying to do something. They don't want you to feel confident in how you look. They don't want you to feel confident in, like, they want to try and do something to cause issues with your energy, okay? So they're doing diet spells. This says they receive major karma. See, these beings better stand down. They better stand down. Look at that, lazy spells. They want you to feel lazy. So they probably want you, they're trying to do moon magic to get you to overeat, okay? To get you to feel like you don't have no energy. You feel drained. You don't want to invest in your creative ideas. You don't want to pour into taking care of yourself. Like, they're trying to do things to impact your sacral chakra specifically. So light you an orange candle, y'all. See, glamour spells, I know what I'm talking about. They're trying to do things to impact how you see yourself. So if they can somehow trigger your sacral chakra to influence you to, like, overeat the unhealthy things, and to not have the energy to exercise and to move and to stay passionate about your creativity and to take care of your body, take care of your physical appearance. They're hoping that will pretty much make you undesirable and prevent you from feeling optimistic about future love. So if you're feeling unattractive, if you're feeling lazy, if you're doing things that's in opposition to having the energy and the fuel that you need to stay in alignment with the vision, they're hoping that somehow that will block you. These things are so stupid. Strength spells. I told you the Strength card was in a reverse. So they want to make you feel weak. They want you tired. They want you feeling worn down, okay? But the Most High says they're going to receive major karma. Your spiritual team, they're on it. Let's get a message from the ancestors and see what they have to say about this magic that your enemies are doing against you. They're just haters here. They're so mad, so jealous, and they know that this is the next piece to the puzzle. You've done everything else. Like, everything is aligned for you. And for some of you, if you're already in your divine union, then it's that other area of your life that you have been waiting for to see results in. You know, that other area that you've been waiting to see results. That's where they're trying to target you. But for those of you who are, you pretty much got the boxes checked, but the only other thing is your love life that still needs to align. These beings are hoping to do glamour spells, diet spells, lazy spells, so that you won't feel confident in yourself enough to be optimistic about attracting your divine masculine or divine feminine into your life, okay? They want you, the ancestors said, meet us by the water. You will receive uploads from there. So your spiritual team, they want you to either take a salt bath, or they want you to literally go near a body of water, because you're going to receive a lot of spiritual messages there. They're going to tell you a lot of what you need to know. And it's going to give you the antidote. Like, if you feel overly tired, like just drained, like you just have no energy, they want you to get in alignment with the water. Submerge yourself in the water. Take a spiritual bath or go near some water. Cleanse that negative energy away from you, okay? So you want to do that soon. Then you have here that blockage was spiritual, and it's a lot to clean up. Be patient, okay? So this blockage is a spiritual blockage that was created by your enemies to prevent you from coming into union, okay? They want you to be patient because they are currently in a process of cleaning it up, but they also want you to clear your own energy to assist them, right? It says, we need you to lay low and leave the building. We are shaking some shit up. I told you. They are shaking some things up to get you in alignment with what is inherently yours. There is nothing that should be denied of you. Every area of your life, you should be checking all boxes and feeling comfortable in every area of your life because you've earned it. And so I'll take one more message from the ancestors. They said, leave the building. They're shaking some shit up. So folks are getting ready. It's going down like James Brown. This says, we celebrate you because you have boldly broken the chain. See, your spiritual team is not going to let you down, regardless of what your enemies are trying to do to work up against you so that you don't get what is inherently yours. It's not going to work. It's not working. It hasn't been working, but they still haven't gotten the memo. That karma is getting ready to hit them. Major karma is going to hit them hard, and it's going to hit them fast. And this final piece to the puzzle, whatever area of your life this is, okay, for many of you is your divine union. You're going to get that too. You're going to get that too. So this says lighten up, and then I also have protection. See, they said lighten up, be cool, okay, because you are divinely protected at all times. Lighten up. And this person, they're actually submerged in the water. So in other words, lighten up. If there's some heavy energy that's weighing you down, get in the water, cleanse yourself. Take a salt bath. Salt is very, very powerful. Sea salt or Himalayan salt, very powerful to cleanse your energy. It's more about your intentions, though. What you speak over that water is really what activates it and allows it to cleanse, okay? Because water has memory. So whatever you speak over your water is that water is going to take on the form of that energy and do exactly what you need it to do. So speak over your water and put that salt over you. If you don't have a bathtub, then you could get you a pitcher, like a Kool-Aid pitcher, and just, take your shower first, cleanse yourself from head to toe, and then pour that water over you 3, 4, 5, however many times you feel guided to, that salt water over you. Okay, but lighten your energy up. And then you also have protection. So you are protected, okay? But this is also helping you to protect your energy from these energy vampires that are so pressed and thirsty to try and block this final piece from coming in for you. So this says step into your power, Aries energy. And then I also have a time to give rather than take, okay? So step into your power. You are fully capable of transmuting this energy. No problem. Easy. Give to yourself, okay? Give to yourself without a doubt. And then I have here, clear your mind. Don't overthink. Don't overthink the situation. Your spiritual team is like, look, just be cool. Do whatever spiritual work you need to do to keep your energy in alignment. Okay, you don't want to neglect that. But at the same time, they've got this. Because they said that you have broken the chains. Not just for yourself, but you broke the chains for them as well. And because you've done this with love in your heart and with the right intentions, your spiritual team is returning the favor. Like for the rest of your life, they got you. For the rest of your life, Emperor and Empress, you are protected. For the rest of your life, you will live in luxury. You will live in comfort. And these beings will just have to talk. They'll just have to sit behind the sidelines trying to come up against you. And they're going to always come up short. They're going to always come up short, okay? They'll learn eventually, the more they see you level up, they're going to always come up short. It is what it is. So let me see. I'm going to pull... Yeah. So this says third person, another person involved, someone else's influence, outside party, third wheel, rival, too many people. Okay. Yeah. All of these fools coming together. Look at that snowflake. Didn't I tell y'all water has memory? This reminds me of the experiment that was done where the water, when they played high vibrational music and high vibrational frequencies into the water and then froze it and put it underneath a microscope, it all came out in perfectly formed snowflakes, right? Perfectly formed shapes just like this. One of a kind, handled with care, transient. Okay. These beings better be very, very careful. I just heard tread lightly. You have the number 18, which breaks down to a 9, and then you have the number 9 right here. Let's see what else. You also have geese on a quest, migration, relocation. Know where you're going, leaves no one behind. Yeah, you got a whole crew of ancestors. They all run together, okay? They all travel together to ensure that you have everything that you need. Wherever you go, they're right there with you. They could be sending you further away from these beings who have been working up against you in hopes that they will break you, but they can't. And then you have here double rainbow, okay? Double rainbow, number 7. I've been seeing number 7 all day today. This says divine intervention, ascension, perfect timing, serendipity, light codes, promises kept, as above, so below. Your spiritual team said, we will not break our promise to you. We will always protect you. You are always safe. We are activating your light codes, okay? Divine intervention. They're stepping in. Whoever these beings are, family, ex-friends, ex-lovers, it's over with. They're giving you the key right here. They're giving you the key to the next level. Solutions, insight, clarity, liberty. Okay, unlock, helpful. So they're here to make sure that any door that has been shut to you, that it gets unlocked. Yeah, a lot of these beings, they're melting. Okay, they're melting because their heart was not open. But you have beautiful things coming towards you. Beauty, creativity, a gift, art, expressive, gratitude, appreciation. Yeah. Beautiful energy is coming towards you. You're going to live a life of abundance and luxury because you've earned this. So let me see. I'll pull a message from my book. I think I will go for... Where's my book? Hold on, y'all. Let me see. So this is my book, Guided Light. It's full of channeled messages. If you want to order this book from me, you can always email me. It's not meant to be read from front to back. It's meant for you to open it and turn to whatever page you feel guided to turn to. In the back, there's 56 random messages. So whatever number that you might have been seeing or synchronicity, you can always turn to that particular number and see what the message is for you as well. So since I've been seeing the number 7 all day, like on license plates, on phone numbers, I'm definitely going to go ahead and turn to message 7 and see if this is relevant to today's message for the collective. So message 7, it says patience is a valuable quality. Although it might feel like growth is slow, use this waiting period to maintain a positive energy and create loving memories. Keep your visions clear as divine timing is working to manifest your desires. At the same time, let go of anything or anyone that weighs you down. Avoid clinging to situations out of abandonment or loneliness. Instead, step back and allow any unstable foundations to fall away. Embrace solitude as an opportunity to calm your fears and focus on thriving, so you'll be ready to welcome blessings when they come. Okay? So embracing solitude is very, very vital at this time. Don't overthink anything. Don't be stressed out because it seems like something is taking a while. Okay? Especially if this is for you, those of you who are waiting on your divine union. Don't allow yourself to fill that void with unhealthy situations or those things that you just really don't want. You see what I'm saying? If it's not aligning with your heart, then, just stay in focus with yourself. Stay focused on your creativity is what this message is saying. And divine timing is working things out to ensure that whatever that spell work is and that pushback to prevent you from getting exactly what your heart desires, your spiritual team is working in overdrive. Like they said, it's a spiritual blockage and it's a lot to clean up. So these beings have been throwing magic at you in hopes that you would never see all areas of your life, to prosper in all areas of your life. But your spiritual team is constantly showing and proving and showing up and protecting and ensuring that you get exactly what is yours. So whatever you've been waiting on is going to come in. You just have to be patient, stay focused, redirect your focus, and not focus on the timing, because everything is happening in divine timing. So I hope this message brought you all clarity. Like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to y'all next time.